Cam, what was your mindset at the start of the game when you were the only guy scoring for like 9 points, I think it was?
Be the hardest playing guy on the court at all times. That's the mindset I try to come in every game. You know, it's not about making shots. You know, getting assists. I think that hustle plays is just what I hang my hat on.
What was it like for you guys seeing Tanner Taylor finally get out there and make that shot?
It's good. I mean, he works just as hard as we do, so I had all the confidence in the world he's going to make it.
Why do you think this one got away from you guys so fast?
We just didn't prepare the right way. We didn't come into the game with the mentality we should have. That's on the captains.
What was it about their three-point shooting that was so tough for you guys to defend?
Our contesting shots were different than theirs. They were, right up on us, making a little contact with us. We would contest, but we'd still be a couple inches away. Like, we wouldn't really defer their shot at all.
When you say you don't prepare the right way, what do you kind of mean? What was different about preparation for this game versus, say, Saturday, where you guys were pretty competitive?
Just, today's shoot-around, we just weren't locked in. Just forgetting plays, not executing, just small things.
Cam, is it getting hard to stay motivated in any way?
No. Why? There's a lot of games left. Not at all. We come in, clean things up, and know that we got to come out and compete harder every night. I mean, we can't allow that to happen again. No matter who comes in here, we have to defend our home court, most importantly.
For either of you guys, and kind of after what Lindy said in terms of the shoot-around, is there mental fatigue that sets in during a losing streak, especially given the situation you guys have been in?
Yeah, I mean, for the younger guys, they haven't really been through it like we have. They haven't experienced the ups and downs. They're going through it right now, but they haven't figured out a way to overcome it. Me, Cam, and Thomas, we've been through a lot. We know, when things start to go south, not to panic, but you got to get hold of the reins. We got to figure out something to get those reins.
How do you kind of keep it from wearing on you mentally?
You just got to focus on the right things.
Anything else?
Cam, you mentioned, you guys have a lot of games left, so how do you move on from this one and turn things around?
Our next game, it'll be 0-0 on the scoreboard. We can't come in the game thinking about last game. That's what the message we have to relay to the other guys. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for us in this league. It's the most competitive league in the country. So, if we come in with the right mentality every night, nobody cares about what happened today on Saturday. So, if we come in like that, anything can happen.
We were bad, and Texas Tech made us bad. I usually have to watch the film to be able to kind of evaluate what happened. I'm going to watch it just because it's kind of what I do, but I don't really need to watch that game again to know what happened. They were really good, and they forced us to be really bad.
Early on, you forced them into 4 turnovers. I guess what were we able to do in that small little segment, the first 4 minutes, that kind of really bugged them a little bit?
I think tonight was the night where when they made a mistake, it was because they made a mistake. We didn't really force them to do anything, and so they didn't play a flawless game, but it was pretty close, specifically on the defensive end.
They were able to shut out the zone defense. I guess what did they do that kind of took you all out of that? You kind of switched to some other defense, and I guess what did they kind of say about them just being able to do
that? They ran their offense. They stay patient, which is what they do, and again, we didn't have an answer. We didn't have an answer for them. we were outplayed in every facet of the game. There is no place or part of the game that I could look to and say we did this well. It wasn't that night. Tonight was a night where Texas Tech thoroughly dominated us from start to finish in every facet of the game.
Lindy kind of said in shoot around, and as you got prepared, he said there were people forgetting plays, little small things that made him feel like the team just wasn't locked in. Is that something that you could sense this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, I've been around basketball since I was 4 years old, and kind of always thought the game from a coaching standpoint. So I've always been interested in how focused people are in doing their assignments, and yeah, we didn't have a sharpness to us today. I told them that then, so it's not like it wasn't a reaction to the game. It's, we don't have that. We don't have the ability as a team to not do all those things well and then play well. You have to have an immensely high level of talent to overcome a lack of mental preparation. And so, yeah, it was a part of it. But I don't want to make it seem like we played poorly and Texas Tech kicked our butts. Period.
What can you do going forward to find a way to turn things?
The first thing I got to do is between now and tomorrow when I get to the office is have a plan in mind to go play Texas. And again, I'm going to go watch this, but I don't need to. I'm going to do it because that's what I do. It's part of my responsibility to go evaluate what we're doing to see if there's anything we can make adjustments on. Texas is good, and so we just got to prepare for them. I mean, there's no magic. I mean, I don't have a magical wand. There's no easy fix. Part of it is you just got to get tired of getting your butt kicked, and you have to make a decision that you're not going to allow that to happen. And when it does, you go and make the adjustments necessary from a personal standpoint. So that's what I'm going to do.
Do you feel like this is a night that could jumpstart your guys in that way?
I don't know. I'll see tomorrow. I'll be able to take the temperature when I see them walk in practice and see kind of what kind of focus that they have. I'm confident that they will, but I'm also realistic, and so I know that it's not automatic. It doesn't just happen. You have to do something about it.
I imagine after the Kansas State game 10 days ago, you were hoping that would prevent you having a night like this again, right?
Maybe. I do think they're the two best teams in the league. Baylor's really good. Baylor's not as good defensively. It's the best defensive team in the country. So, they do what they did to us from a defensive standpoint, making it hard to everybody. I don't know exactly what the number is, but nobody's really scoring 75 points on them and winning. The number one in field goal percentage, the number one three-point percentage, the number one in block shots, the number one. It says they're really good defensively. What you can't do is let them go 12 for 25 from three, and you can't have turnovers that lead to 23 points, which makes it easier for them on the other end of the court where they can struggle. But we didn't do that. We didn't offer much resistance in any way tonight.
Lindy mentioned a lack of contesting shots and kind of those extra couple inches to get in a contest that he said they did to you guys. Does that just kind of go back to the preparation deal? And if you're not,
yeah, it's been kind of a uncomfortable trend, and it's hard for me to fathom guarding a guy that gets 5 for 5 from three. Now, Mooney's a good player. I don't want to take anything away from him. He made the shots. But at some point, you make the guy do something different. And maybe there's a couple twos in there, which he was 5 for 5 from three. He was 0 for 3 from two. So after he makes a couple, well, let's see if he can go make a pull-up jump shot or something. And that's where the mental is. We didn't make that adjustment, and he gets 5 for 5, and Moretti, who we talk about being a catch-and-shoot guy, all 3 of his made baskets are from 3. So just got to figure it out.
how did you balance down the stretch of that game keeping Cam and Lindy and those guys in, not just for fatigue, but even for injury versus, you know, I know obviously you don't want to close out a game with walk-ons for too many minutes.
I'm not sure how much I thought about it. Those kids deserve an opportunity, and they had it in an unfortunate situation. You'd like to do it if you're up big, but those kids have worked really hard, and there was an opportunity to get them in there. I don't really try to coach to avoid injury. I mean, per se. I mean, I never tried to play to avoid injury. I think you kind of start thinking about that. It happens, then it happens. So I didn't think about it at all. I mean, there was just an opportunity late in the game to get them all in. Again, they still don't know exactly what we're running. We can't really run offense with them and stuff like that. So you got to be able to play the game the right way and, you know, have some structure. So when the opportunity was there, obviously, you know, Tanner was the one who's been around the longest, so he got in first, and it kind of went from there.
Bringing Luke in early in the second half, is that just trying to change something? Was that trying to make a statement?
At that point, I was grasping for straws. I was trying anything. I mean, we just it didn't. The first half didn't end well, and the second half started even worse. I mean, you know, we started off with an unforced turnover, just carelessly, and then we shoot an air ball on the next possession. And, you know, we can't do those things. We can't, because then you can't make up those possessions. We're not good enough to just go score 12 points in a row and go 6 for 8 in the 8 possession, you know, stretch. So, you know, we can't throw away possessions. We have to be more sound and tougher defensively. And, you know, we got to realize that, you know, you always play with pride. You always do that. You always play with an intention to win and a focus that you have a job personally to do for your team. And we just didn't do that tonight.
Coach, it was just a small highlight, but it was nice to see Tanner's first shot go in.
Sure. I mean, I'm thrilled for those kids. I mean, that's probably the only silver lining thing is those kids have worked hard for a month. They've, you know, been talked about speculation, who they are, what they look like, are they going to ever play. So to give them an opportunity to play and to do it here in front of our fans so that they can appreciate it would be great. So to see him make a basket, the first one he ever shot, you know, it's pretty cool. It's about when the story stops being good. It's pretty early, too.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.